In this part of the session, we will be focusing on what are the objectives of budgetary control. By having budgetary control in your organization, what are your goals? What are your objectives? What are you planning to accomplish? So the first objective is planning. When you have budgetary control in your organization, you are ensuring that you have a plan for your organization. So please remember, budget is a time-bound activity. It is a time-bound process. The statement has got a start date and it has got an end date. So which means it is for a definite period of time. So you are having your plans laid out, and the plans that you're laying out, it is for a definite period of time. So the detailed action plans that you're having in place, it is for a definite period of time. Now, whenever you prepare your budget, you will be taking into consideration the various functions of your organization. You will be factoring production, you will be factoring procurement, you'll be factoring how much of labor would be needed, how much of sales force would be needed. All these factors would be considered when you have to prepare the budget. So, for example, when the finance minister plans out for the union budget, they will have to talk about, at first they will have to think of the income. Where can they get the money from? So from income tax, how much money will they get? From corporate tax, how much money will they get? So only if they have the incomes outlined, then they can think of spending the money. They will have to spend money for infrastructure. They will have to spend money for health. They will have to spend money for education. They will have to spend money for defense. So there are so many aspects which will come into picture. So keeping all this into consideration, you will have to go about planning for the objectives. So in order for you to plan the activities in the organization, you must take into consideration various activities, various functions into your operation. Second objective is coordination. So in order to ensure that your plan is materialized, in order to ensure that your plan is effectively implemented, you would need the activities, you would need the unified efforts of all the people who are involved. So for example, you are planning to ramp up with, you're planning, your budget is that you want to earn a 1 lakh rupees as profit. So to earn that 1 lakh rupees of profit, you may need to boost your sales. If you have to boost your sales, you may have to ramp up your production. If you may have to ramp up your production, you may have to ramp up on your procurement. So there are so many aspects which are coming into mind. So for this, you would need the unified effort of so many people who are involved in the department. So for you to plan the budget, you would need to ensure that there is a coordination among the various departments in your organization. So for example, one classic example, if you have to prepare the union budget, if the finance minister has to prepare the union budget, finance minister needs the input from railway ministry, they would need input from education ministry, they would need input from the health ministry, they would need input from the defense ministry. So because all these people's collective efforts are needed so that a good union budget can be prepared. Okay, so you have to ensure there is coordination among all these departments. Then communication. So when you prepare the budget, the vitalities, the aspects, the salient features of the budget has to be communicated to the various stakeholders. So when the organization prepares the budget, you have to ensure that the budget is communicated to the production department, to the marketing department, to the HR department. So unless and until you have good communication channels in place, you may not be able to effectively carry out communications. So vital informations need to be communicated effectively among the various stakeholders. Participation is also vital because the various stakeholders who are involved in the organization, they will have to be communicated. Now, the preparation of the budget, it is a bottom up and a top to bottom approach. Okay, so bottom to top approach and then top to bottom approach. So the inputs needed for the budget is collected by the top level management from the bottom. So from the lower levels of the management, inputs are taken and then it would get passed on. Then depending on the inputs that the top level management is receiving, they would be planning, they would be preparing the plan. Once the plan has been finalized, then it would be a top to bottom approach. So the plans will be then communicated to the lower levels of the management. So this is how we go about with respect to preparation of the budget. Okay, this is how we go about with respect to preparation of the budget. Okay, then next, motivation. Now, for you to ensure that the budget is effectively implemented in your organization, all the people have to be motivated. So sometimes things may go rough, based on what you have planned. So you may have to charge up your people, you may have to charge up the stakeholders who are involved. You have to probably tap them on the back and say, it's okay, let's move on. So that is what you will have to look at when you prepare the budget. Then sometimes these budgets are, the budget by itself is the motivating factor for your employees to achieve their performance. Okay? So when you prepare a good budget, you are indirectly motivating your employees to accomplish. Because as a part of the budgeting process, you will be defining certain targets, and based on those targets, you're charging up your employees to achieve. Next is control. So when you do a periodic review of your budgets, you're ensuring that there is good control that is happening in your organization. So control, you can ensure that there is good control mechanisms, because please remember, budgetary control involves comparing the actual with the plans. So if you notice there is a deviation, you can immediately bring about some corrective measures and you can take control of the situation. Okay, so this is another aspect where it would help you. Then your budgetary control will help you with respect to process performance evaluation. To evaluate your processes effectively, it will help you. So the budget is vital, reference points to ensure that if your managers, if the key people who are involved in various segments, if they are achieving their targets. Okay, and then depending on how well they're performing, you can also think of rewarding them. You can have certain rewards in place. Okay, you can have certain rewards for them in place. So these are some of the objectives of budgetary control. We've covered 6 important objectives. The 6 important objectives, let me run you through them once again. First is that it helps in planning, then it helps in coordination, it helps in communication, it keeps your people motivated, it helps in control, and then finally it acts as a performance evaluation method.